don't want to share it? Okay. Jay Sean? You can do it.
Where are we?
Class time. The bottom of the first page. What do you have?
Oh.
You don't write anything?
Class time? Okay. How come they don't have windows? They need to breathe with windows. And they just have panels.
How can they? You can breathe without windows.
Yeah, you can.
Breathe without windows.
Because the windows are closed and we can still. The windows are closed, but we can still.
Exactly. The windows are closed, but we are still breathing.
You can't breathe with windows.
Okay. We're at lunch break. Classes end before lunch. The students race out to the small dirt playground to play on the swings, the slide, and merry-go-round. Garana usually visits her friends, but soon it's time for more chores.
She's calling us. Yeah.
Mine said, why do the class end before lunch? God usually has to do so much chores, so I can have more time to spend with others.
Could you imagine once we go to lunch that you have to leave and go do chores at home?
Miss Foshee, I got one for early morning.
Okay, well, we've already gotten
I wrote down, it sounds like girls do all the work. Why does she have chores on recess? Does she have to leave school? Why is there only one first grade class? Confused question.
Okay, I like that y'all are asking lots of questions, but does anyone have any facts or things that it reminds them of?
No, not me.
Wait, I'm calling him Jay Sean.
What?
Jay Sean, your hand is not Jay Sean. Keon, sorry. Looking right at you.
For lunchtime, lunch break, I put class in before lunch.
Class ends before lunch. So where do you think she goes for lunch? She goes home.
And they do, the students race out to the small dirt playground.
Leslie, are you paying attention? She heads to the bakery to pick up bread, then she walks along the mud streets to her house. After a quick hello to her mother, Garana goes to the pump to collect water. When she returns, she fills the teapot and puts it on the small fire. Garana sits on her mat on the floor and eats lunch with her hands. Today her mother's prepared potatoes along with some bread and tea. Some days we have potatoes, some days we have rice, and some days we have beans. Garana says, whatever we eat for lunch, we have again for dinner. Rice is my favorite food. I'm looking for somebody different. Catherine?
That would be boring to eat the same thing for lunch and dinner.
What if you went into the lunchroom and on the menu they wrote the same thing every day? They
I wouldn't care if it was chicken sandwich.
I wrote my own.
Yes.
Can we answer?
That's a strong wish.
Can you answer a question? If someone says a question, you know the answer to it. Yeah, try to answer. What are you trying to answer?
I wrote, there is the
Afternoon and evening. After lunch, Garana trudges back to the pump for water. We all should be facing the front, reading and following along with what I'm reading. Eve, I don't see your article anywhere near you. After lunch, Garana trudges back to the pump for water to wash plates and cups. Then she sweeps the house, cleans the yard, and feeds her family's 4 chickens. Once in a while, when there is no money, or where there is money, she goes to the local shop to buy food. After she finishes her chores, she does her homework. Soon it's time for dinner. Because the house in the refugee camps have no electricity, the family eats the evening meal before it gets dark. Then, if there is any daylight left, Garana plays with her best friend, Asiya. Sometimes they get into a little trouble. Garana saw some of the older girls with jewelry in their noses. Asiya explains. She said it looked beautiful. She asked me to pierce her nose. So I took a long sewing needle and I did it. Garana's mother was not pleased, but she helped Garana put a string through the hole to keep it open. Garana hopes that someday she can replace the string with jewelry.
So Garana got a nose ring?
She have a nose ring? What does she have in there right now?
A
String.
Oh my God.
a nose ring.
And then she got straight through her nose.
Okay,
But
can
a
anyone,
nose ring would hurt.
we are not talking unless I've called on you. Did anybody have anything they want to share?
Oh wait,
Grace?
yes. How can a kid pierce another kid's nose?
Could you imagine doing that?
That would hurt.
I would mess up somebody.
That would hurt.
And you're like,
Anybody have anything else they would like to share? Mac, what did you put?
For that one.
She let me use it.
This was
I haven't.
I put most not really boring having. Wait, I think I said the like and then the button.
Okay, last page. A wish for peace is where we are. Sharana has a hard life in the refugee camp, but at least there is no fighting. I would like to go back to Afghanistan, she said, but not until there is peace everywhere. We are told at school that some parts of Afghanistan are safe, but there is still fighting in other parts. Many others share Garana's wish. For more than 20 years, the nation has suffered from war and unrest. Now in Afghan, people, with the help of countries around the world, are trying to make changes. They hope to bring peace to Afghanistan. Somebody, who have I not called on?
Me.
Oogie? Oogie, what have you? Share with us some of your sticky notes. Some of your thinking.
I can't find it.
Oh, you didn't find anything? Share with us some sticky notes from another page.
On 21,
Yep, you can share with us.
I wrote down that
Who is talking right now? Oogie?
I wrote down that he's already finished through the song 4 times today. So.
Ethan.
One of my stickies was, how could they live with only 4 main foods?
Jemiah.
One of my sticky notes was let's see. Well, okay, I said I said, well, I've just gonna come up with one. Why do they have so many piercings? And when you're young like that, like Garana's age, would you be able to get piercings?
You be able to get piercing? You gotta think about, they live in another country, so their cultures are very different than us.
Very. Our parents won't let us do that.
MC?
One of my sticky notes, but it was on another page. My first one for the first part is that 7 girls in one class is a lot of girls, and how many classes are there? Like how many classes are in one grade? Well, there's one, maybe 2. I said at the back.
Jemiah, raise your hand. Desiree is raising her hand right now. She gets to go.
These are one of my other sticky notes. Why does she do not have eggs or cheese? And why does she like dishes outside and pump the water?
Okay, so why do we think that she doesn't have a bunch of food to choose from? Lily?
Because they might not have that much money, and there might not be that.
They might not have the resources for those kind of food. And why do we think that she washes her dishes in her backyard? Wesley?
Maybe because if they went out, since they don't have any resources, someone else might take.
Why does she not wash dishes in her kitchen sink?
Well, they have not had a sink
Very good.
because it's only one room, and
backyard, and after dinner, your mom said, "Go wash them."
What? It's not dark.
That's what she used to do. Matt? Yes. MC?
I'm bitter right now. They wash dishes in the pump because they don't have a sink. There's no such thing as a sink over there. Well, there is, but they just don't have a sink.
Two? 1 and 22. Okay, share with us. She's sharing with us right now. Is this an
I
emergency?
said, does her brother,
Go.
did he
Only if it's
leave
emergency.
the carpet?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
On 21, I said, did her brother leave the carpet?
Did her brother weave the carpet? Yep, it said that's what was his job. Weave carpets.
And how much time do they have in school?
Time. Like, how long are they during the day? How long are they there?
6
What did we find out? She got there at what time in the morning?
8:30.
8:30, and she left when?
The recess. 3.
Around before
Lunch.
lunch, so she's probably there like 3 or 4 hours.
And for 22, at the end of the paragraph, when it said, I wish for peace, it said, they hope to bring peace. And something. But I said, did their wish come true?
Good. So I want you to think about this entire article, and in your head, think about one thing that you learned from this article. Okay? Everybody needs to think of something because I'm going to randomly call on you. I don't know who I'm calling on. So you have a minute to look through your article. What's the most important thing you learned? Or the most surprising, anything like that? Okay, do we all have something?
Yes.
Okay, Matt, share with us something that you learned. Matt, not in here. Wesley, we're about to go to lunch.
Even though she's 10, she's still in first grade because she had to catch up since she moved from Afghanistan.
That was mine.
Very good. Lily Kay?
It's surprising that she had to, it's surprising that she had to work. It's surprising that she had to take care of the whole entire house.
That is Ethan.
I thought the most important, one of the things I learned is what a refugee was.
And what was it?
It's a person who had to flee from war.
Let's see. Mac, you're back. What did you learn?
I learned that they moved that in Afghanistan they moved to different countries instead of just not. I mean, they moved to specific like camp and not just scattered and made their own food and stuff.
Very good. Keelan?
That I learned that that girls stop at 2nd grade heading to school, and boys stop at 3rd grade to school.
Very good. Anyone else want to share something they learned? Thais?
I had a question. It's how is praying better than sleeping?
How did what?
How is praying better than sleeping?
How's praying better than sleeping? Jemiah?
I said, so basically she's just taking like her mother's job, and I said, how did she buy her and her siblings that,
how did she get her and her siblings that house? And since her mother and father isn't living there, how did they get if they had bills or something, how did they pay that? Because she doesn't get paid for children.
Okay, our last two questions.
I had said, how could her father
And last one.
mine was that they didn't have a lot of money, but they still got food and something to eat, and she still went to school and learned to buy.
Okay, good, you can stop it.
So she still survived.